The streets of Huntsville are whispering again. And this time, it's not just gossip. It's a full-blown storm circling around Martell Holt and Melody Shari. What once looked like black excellence wrapped in love and ambition has now twisted into something darker, louder, and dangerously close to unraveling completely. Martell isn't just facing public judgment anymore. He's facing the weight of his own choices. After years of headlines, heartbreak, and courtroom chaos, he's once again accused of crossing the one line he was legally and morally told not to cross. The no-contact order meant to protect Melody wasn't a suggestion, it was a boundary. And the moment he allegedly broke it, everything changed. It's as if Martell can't stop chasing the very fire that keeps burning him, and Melody, despite her strength, keeps getting caught in the smoke. The cameras may have stopped rolling, but the real-life fallout hasn't. Fans are stunned, the courts are watching, and Melody is once again forced to protect her peace from a man who refuses to let go. This isn't just reality TV anymore. It's a cautionary tale of ego, obsession, and the price of never learning when to walk away. It's hard to believe that just a few years ago, Martell Holt and Melody Shari were the face of love, ambition, and power in Huntsville. They were the couple everyone admired, the ones who made people believe that love and business could mix perfectly. Together, they built an empire, raised a beautiful family, and showed the world what black excellence looked like in motion. But behind those smiles and luxury homes, there was something brewing, something that would eventually tear everything apart. Martell's betrayal wasn't just a fling. It was a long public unraveling that humiliated Melody on national television. The moment the affair came to light, the fairy tale shattered. You could see the pain written all over Melody's face, the kind that comes when trust is broken by the person you built your entire world around. Still, she tried to hold it together, to preserve some sense of normalcy for her children and her dignity for herself. But the truth has a way of forcing its way out, and once it did, there was no going back. The divorce that followed was brutal. Custody battles, accusations, and emotional warfare turned their love story into a courtroom drama. And while Melody tried to rise above the chaos, Martell seemed to sink deeper into it. Instead of learning from his mistakes, it's as if he doubled down, more obsessed with control than with healing. People who've watched this play out on screen and online can see it. His temper, his need to always be in charge, his inability to let go. Now, with reports surfacing that Martell violated the no-contact order, it feels like history repeating itself, only this time with legal consequences that could change everything. It's one thing to be messy on camera, but this is real life with real stakes. The alleged violation, reaching out to Melody after a meeting with the district attorney, might seem small to some, but it's exactly the kind of behavior that signals deeper issues. A man who can't respect a boundary doesn't just risk his reputation, he risks his freedom. And that's where Martell is right now, walking a thin line between redemption and ruin. Meanwhile, Melody is doing what she's always done, holding her head high, protecting her children, and focusing on her peace. But even for someone as strong as her, this has to be exhausting. Every time she takes a step forward, Martell drags her name, her energy, and her peace back into the fire. The DA's move to revoke his bond might finally give her the breathing room she deserves. It's more than just a legal reaction. It's a statement that her safety matters, that this cycle of harassment and chaos has to stop. The irony is, Martell once had everything: family, success, respect. And now he's on the verge of losing it all, not because someone took it from him, but because he keeps throwing it away himself. The timing of it all couldn't be worse. With his appeal for the domestic violence conviction just around the corner, Martell should be focused on proving he's changed, that he's learned from the mistakes that nearly cost him everything. Instead, it feels like he's doing the opposite, feeding into the same reckless patterns that destroyed his marriage and now threaten his future. People close to the situation say that this isn't about love anymore. It's about control. Martell's actions suggest a man who can't accept that his power over Melody is gone. For years, she was the center of his world, the woman who helped build his name, his business, and his image. Losing her wasn't just the end of a marriage. It was the end of his identity. And rather than rebuild himself, he seems stuck trying to pull her back into his storm. That's the most painful part for Melody. She's worked hard to move on, to create a safe, peaceful space for her children, to pour her pain into her music and her brand, to prove that she can thrive without him. Yet every time she gains momentum, Martell's drama reappears like a shadow she can't escape. The alleged stalking, the calls, the sudden appearances near her neighborhood, it's not just invasive, it's frightening. No woman should have to live with that kind of anxiety, especially not one who's already survived emotional and public devastation. For Melody, this isn't just about court orders or news headlines. It's about peace of mind, about finally being able to exhale without wondering what's next. The community has rallied behind her, tired of seeing her dragged through the mud by a man who still refuses to take accountability. And while Martell continues to spiral, she's showing what strength looks like in the aftermath of betrayal. Calm, focused, and quietly determined to protect what matters most: her kids. The irony is, the more he tries to assert control, the more he loses it. Every misstep, every violation, every headline pushes him further from redemption. The court's next move could decide whether he faces jail time or another chance to rebuild. But no matter the outcome, one thing is clear. Melody isn't waiting for the system to save her. She's already saving herself. As the court date approaches, the tension surrounding this case feels almost cinematic, yet nothing about it is entertainment. This is real-life unraveling in public view, and the consequences could reshape everything for both of them. If Martell's bond is revoked, it won't just be another legal setback. It will be a defining moment, a message that the law is no longer willing to excuse his behavior. For Melody, it could finally bring the peace and protection she's been fighting for since the day she walked away. The public has watched their love story morph into a cautionary tale, a slow descent from admiration to disbelief. Once the golden couple of Huntsville, they now represent two very different paths, one of destruction and one of healing. Martell's continued defiance feels like a man trapped by his own ego, unable to separate strength from control or love from possession. He's built a pattern of burning bridges and then standing in the smoke, blaming everyone else for the fire. Melody, on the other hand, has become the embodiment of rebirth. Her resilience has turned her into more than just a reality star. She's a voice for women who've endured betrayal, humiliation, and manipulation, yet still found the courage to stand tall. Every project she touches, every performance, every interview radiates a woman reclaiming her identity and rewriting her story. Meanwhile, Martell's legacy is fading into something tragic, a reminder that talent and charm mean nothing without accountability. The tragedy is that he could have had it all, but his inability to let go, to accept boundaries, and to respect the law may cost him everything. The streets are buzzing, fans are debating, and social media is flooded with opinions. But underneath all the noise lies one simple truth: actions have consequences. No amount of fame, charm, or public sympathy can erase the pattern of disregard that's brought him here. If this moment doesn't humble him, nothing will. For Melody, the road ahead still won't be easy, but it will be hers. Free from control, free from fear, and finally grounded in peace. Whether Martell ever learns from this or not, one thing is certain: the woman he tried to break has become stronger than ever, and the chapter he keeps reopening is one she's already closed for good. So what do you think? Fam, is Martell spiraling because he can't let go? Or is there still a part of him that thinks he can fix what's long been broken? Either way, the streets of Huntsville are watching, and so are we. Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this story isn't over yet. Stay tuned for more updates, drama, and deep dives right here on The Hype Spill, where we don't just spill the tea, we uncover the truth behind it.